Not quite my tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
What? Whoa! What up? I don't get to do this for an extended period of time anymore while we wait to go live because we've got that badass shit there, courtesy of Kaleb Koho. Hello, welcome to Multiplex Loves Movies, episode number, 25. It's number 25. Again, thank you to Kaleb Koho for making that awesome intro. It's so cool. I love it. But welcome to the show. I am your host, Tim Brzakala. I've got a wonderful panel with me today for movie news extravaganza, starting off with show regular Maggie Brzakala. Hello, Maggie.
Hello.
We've met a couple times in person.
Once or twice, yes.
So that's pretty cool. We're now on the show together. That's fantastic. We also have regular pundit Cody Newberry here with us.
Hi.
Hello, Cody.
Hello. That intro was pretty sweet.
Oh, it's dope. Just wait until tomorrow. Okay, so, and we've also got another person who has been making his way on the show a lot recently, and that is Mr. Boatfella himself, Kaleb Boatman. How are you, Kaleb?
I'm very good. Let's hope this is the smoothest thing that runs involving someone from Iowa, though that shouldn't be too hard.
That's going to be a yikes for me, dog. But we will get started right off the bat. If you've never seen the show before, how it works, we just talk about movie news. That's our thing. We are now the premier movie news show in the space. I'm going to only use that joke for another 2 to 3 weeks, so I'm gonna milk it while we can. But we're gonna start off right off the bat with box office. If you've never seen the show before, we always start with box office, and here it is, the weekly box office. Bit of a typo, but that's okay. The weekend was the 31st to the 2nd, but God bless Kaleb Koho and all of his beauty anyway. But number one, we've got Bad Boys for Life coming in at number one for the third week in a row with 17.7 million. And then we've got 1917 with 9.5 million. Doolittle with 7.6. Gretel and Hansel with 6.2. That is the newcomer of the weekend. And Jumanji, The Next Level, staying in the top 5 yet again. With another 6 million. Other notable thing from the box office, the rhythm section, which we'll talk about, is the other newcomer coming in at number 10 with 2.7 million. I'm going to start off right off the bat by saying the rhythm section. I think that's the story here. I think that's the only story here. We'll see what everyone else thinks, but it is the worst opening in history. If we look at the amount of money it made versus how many screens it opened on, I think, just over 3,000 screens. Yep, 3,049 screens, and it made 2.7 million. So by the amount of money it made to the amount of screens it's on, it's a terrible opening. I don't know why it was this movie that decided to do that. It looked bad, but I heard that it was just fine. I heard that it was a blah movie, kind of boring, but it's got Jude Law and Blake Lively, right? I did this last week when we were talking about it. It's got a decent cast, an interesting premise, but it kind of shit the bed. So everything else is pretty normal to me. Maggie, I'll go to you next. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, good on Bad Boys for continuing to be number one. And then I feel like I'm looking at the wrong day. Why does it say number one on this? Oh, because it was number one last week. I got it. Week 3 at the box office. I can read a chart. All right. Good for Bad Boys. 1917 still being popular, not a big surprise. Honestly, that people are still seeing Doolittle and that enough to keep it at number 3 is kind of surprising. And then obviously Jumanji just hanging in there, doing its thing in its 8th week of release. So good on Jumanji.
Yeah. Cody, what do you think?
Well, with Rhythm Section to be an estimated $50 million budget
Mm-hmm.
to make $2 million its first weekend, I don't like its chances. So that's a real rough. Like it had Sterling K. Brown in this movie too. Like it had some notable people. And if they were hoping for like to buy something with this money, I don't think it's coming because it's gonna be bankrupt. That's pretty bad. But yeah. Other than that, Bad Boys, it's just a bad week. A box office is going to change a lot in the next coming weeks because we're going to have hit on it after hit after hit. I'm excited to kind of see what Bird of Prey changes up the entire shakeup. I think, and then post Oscars, like what wins, what gets wider, and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see what will come in the following weeks. But yeah, I think the company knew Rhythm Section wasn't going to be good, and they needed that tax write-off before they filed the taxes. And I think it's going to count.
What studio did Rhythm Section? Does it? Oh, Paramount. Ooh, yikes for Paramount.
They need another Transformers movie. That stat.
Yeah, I mean, you would think this would be something from like a Lionsgate or like not a small company, but like a smaller. But no, this was from friggin' Paramount, and this was just botched. Boatman, is there anything specific about the box office that struck you?
I mean, there is no story here except for the Rhythm Section, which it's really just like, well, actually no, never mind. Gretel and Hansel doing not horribly. Like, it's still not doing great, but that is not horribly for a movie that I think nobody really cared about. So that's kind of interesting. And the fact that Jumanji: The Next Level is still in there is really weird. Though I will admit, I was part of it because I finally saw that movie last weekend. It was okay. That's certified okay. That is your review.
6.2 million. Then those people did not see the original, the one that came out with, I wouldn't say original, but with Jeremy Renner and them, because they were confused and went into that theater seeing that movie. That's rough. Did you guys see that one?
I saw it. I don't think Maggie did. I saw that thing in the theater. It's terrible. It's awful. I saw that thing in 3D too. I did the whole thing. But Bowman's actually not right. That movie, it doesn't have a budget listed on Box Office Mojo. I'm assuming it probably cost anywhere from $1 to $5 million to make. So it making 6 is actually not terrible. It's not going to make any more. It's not going to, like, next weekend, it's going to fall out of the box office completely. If we had to guess, I would say that next week you're going to have Birds of Prey at number 1. And then you're still going to have Bad Boys 1917 sticking in the top 1 and 2. I think you're finally going to see Jumanji fall out. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think you're definitely going to get Bad Boys and 1917 staying in at 2 and 3 respectively. I can't speak today, people. But yeah, okay. So let's move on to the next topic, which is, guys, there was this whole thing this weekend. I didn't watch it, but I guess it was called the Super Bowl, where the people throw the footballs. Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing in it, so I decided, who needs that? Let's watch a movie instead, which is exactly what we did. We watched the movie. We didn't watch the game, but we watched the movie trailers because that is important. And there were quite a few of them. Let's talk about them. We got a look at the Disney Plus shows in the Marvel world. We got the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We got some WandaVision, seeing some comic book true Wanda costume, which I really, really like. We got Maggie's favorite boy, Loki, in a very, very nice little tease. We also got stuff from James Bond. We got stuff from Mulan, I believe. We even got some Minions action. What else did we get, Koho? I don't remember.
Black Widow.
Oh yeah, Fast and the Furious. I think that might have been it.
Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow. Yeah, Black Widow was a thing. I forgot about Black Widow. But we all saw most of these, if not all of them. Boatman, I'll start with you. Anything here that really spoke to you that you really loved?
Honestly, the thing that I was not I could have taken it or leave it when it was first announced, and now that I saw the trailer, I'm really digging it. WandaVision looks really interesting to me. I think that's just going to be a really unique show. It seems very like different, and I'm excited for that because I'm always in for when Marvel goes for like a different route, and I like that. Everything else I can kind of take or leave. Like nothing like made me want to see anything more or less than I already did.
All right. For me personally, all the Marvel stuff. Give it to me. The Black Widow teaser was fine. It's just kind of more of what we've already seen, but I'm especially looking forward to Winter Soldier and Falcon, whatever the fuck it's called, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think that's going to be really interesting. We get some more Zemo in there. I think that is Daniel Bruhl, right? Really, really good in Civil War and kind of underappreciated, I think, in that movie. So I'm excited to see him kind of get like a full series to kind of really show how good he is as this character. WandaVision, like Kaleb said, I just don't know what it is yet. It looks fucking nuts, but I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what they do with it, especially since last time we saw Vision, he was being kicked to the curb. So that'll be interesting. Cody, we'll go to you next. What did you like about this stuff?
Bond. I am a huge Daniel Craig Bond fan. I don't like a lot of the older Bond because they just. I'm watching a lot of older movies, and they just really don't know how to treat the females in those movies at all. But I think in Daniel Craig more, it's like you have more of a like you take the lead kind of thing, and it's his last one, so they're stepping away, and they may introduce a female Bond, which I'm really excited for. I think that would be really cool. Plus, this trailer was bomb. The only worry I have is Rami Malek. I think he's fine, but he's always plays that like scared guy. So go up against Daniel Craig, I don't know how it's going to work, but I love the stuff they introduced. I love the familiar faces coming back. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think this Bond hopefully goes Casino Royale, Skyfall. This one, the other two were a little rough in between, but I think this will be the perfect way to encapsulate. But yeah, all the Winter Soldier stuff, and of course, Boatman's excited about the '50s themed WandaVision. That's when he was born. So like, I no wonder he's like, oh look at the TV. That's what it was in my living room. So yeah, they're cool, but I'll wait for those. I'm so excited for Bond though.
Bond is shaping up to be pretty awesome. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
And why the Minions? When did this bomb get dropped on us that this is coming back? Like,
well, they announced the title for the film a while ago. We knew it was happening, and it's happening. It's coming out this summer, so that'll definitely be a thing. Maggie, we'll go to you next. What was your favorite of the bunch? What are you looking forward to?
I don't know if I have a favorite from the bunch. I am actually looking forward to Bomb. That trailer was kind of nuts, and I'm excited to see like what they do in terms of like wrapping things up with his story, knowing that it's going to be his last one. Also, I'm excited for Mulan, actually, weirdly. Like, I'm slowly getting there. Once I can, like, accept that it's going to be different, like, the more trailers I see, the more excited I get for its release. I think that the last trailer was definitely the best. Like, this one's not better, but it showed a lot more things, I think. And we actually get to hear her say something for once, like regular dialogue, where she, like, barely spoke in any of the other trailers. So I'm excited to see if it's good. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I think that it will be a good time.
It's like that run up the sword thing she does in the trailer. I was just like, this is going to be full on like kung fu style. I'm pumped.
Yeah. Cody, you looked shocked and disgusted about something. Are you okay?
Oh, Malcolm clearing it up that it's going to be a Gru origin story. That just makes me want to ram my head through a door.
The movie's called The Rise of Gru.
The last Minion movies ended with him Gru finding the Minion.
Here's how you make this movie.
You think I got to the end of it? I'm sorry I didn't. Like, I don't know what.
I don't blame you.
Here's how you make this Minion movie. Instead of making it about the rise of Gru, you literally just make it about a guy just taking a baseball bat and just swinging it at the minions, and that's an hour and a half. Because I hate the minions.
I would just love Illumination to fake everybody out, get them in the theater, and then show them a completely different story. That's not Minions at all.
What was the last good Illumination film?
I don't know. Despicable Me? Despicable Me 2? No,
I
Sing
liked
All.
The Grinch. The Grinch was good. I forgot about The Grinch.
I don't like the Grinch.
Yikes. Sing, I would have liked Sing if they would have like put better songs in Sing.
I liked Sing, so
I would have liked Sting if it would have just been about Seth MacFarlane's character.
Just
It tracks with your
you
personality,
like that
though, right?
character the best too. The one that sings like classic,
This
like
Frank Sinatra. Yes, of course. Like, oh, that's the stuff.
This is what I used to. Jesus Christ!
When I
All
was
right.
a boy.
Cameron Holtzman giving me a big ol' fucking yikes in the chat. I don't know what that is, Doug. What's happening? Did you hear the remake of that's?
Don't care about that.
I will look into that. I don't know.
I don't think that's true.
Cameron Holtzman giving me a big yikes by saying The Secret Life of Pets was good.
Go
That
watch
movie
Toy
is
Story.
Yeah.
garbage, but
Go watch Toy
Secret
Story.
Life of Pets 2 wasn't terrible. It was bad, but it wasn't terrible. Secret
That
Life of
is
Pets 1
Koho's worst movie of 2019.
is Secret Life of Pets 2?
Yes, Secret Life of Pets 2 is his worst movie of 2019.
It's not that bad. It's bad. It's not that bad.
It's not Hellboy,
okay.
I promise you.
Let's move on to the next topic, which is oh boy. Okay, so we got to clear some shit up when we talk about this. Hamilton is this thing that is on stage. It was on Broadway. It's now touring the world. Created by Koho's Lord and Savior, Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard one song from the show. I liked that song, but I don't know it. I don't know shit about Hamilton. And now they're not making a movie. They're releasing a recording of the original cast from 2016 and putting it in theaters in the same style and this is Disney doing this. This is in the same style that when Disney recorded like the new stage version of Newsies and put it through Fathom events like in theaters for like 1 or 2 days. That's what's going to be happening here. So as someone who has never seen Hamilton, this is my way to see it. Tickets will probably be more expensive. Usually through Fathom events, they're about $20 a pop. I'd be willing to spend $20 to go see this instead of spending hundreds of dollars to try to go see it in a theater. As much as I would love to do that, it's just way too expensive. So I'm going to go to Boatman. No, I went to Boatman first. I'll go to Cody because you had your hand up. Cody, do you like Hamilton? Is this a thing that you love?
I've seen it once. I am seeing it again in May in St. Louis. Yeah, I think the musical is insane. My wife and me very differ on like musicals at times, like a little bit more show tunes. She loves this soundtrack. Again, it turns history on its head and does it in hip hop form, and it's very, very interesting. Just the fact of the matter was that the fact that you would ever be able to see the 2016 version of Hamilton is one in a million or whatever. They did lotteries after, and there were people that entered every day for months and never got to see it, like in New York, because it sold out constantly. So they knew when everybody was leaving that they needed to record this thing and to make way more money, because once you release it, that's the original cast is there. So I'm beyond excited about this, seeing it, because I've listened to the soundtrack probably more than 150 times, probably even more than that. And to see it actually by the people that sing the songs on the soundtrack, it's kind of sweet, because I've seen it live and it's not the same because they're not those characters, but there's a lot of big names in this show, especially in the Broadway community. So I'm really pumped, and I think you will love it. I think a lot of people will actually love it. I kind of love that Disney got it because then it will be available on Disney Plus after it's run. So that means I can watch it as many times as I want. So yeah, I know Boatman, me, and Koho are probably the biggest fans of this show right now. So I'm thoroughly excited for everybody to be able to see the show because the tickets are expensive. They're expensive.
So on that note of Boatman being someone who absolutely loves it, I won't go to him next. I will go to Maggie, who, for all intents and purposes, has never seen anything Hamilton, correct?
Well, actually, that's not true. In my constitutional law class this past semester, we watched one song from.
Okay. So you tell me about your excitement. Is this something you're looking forward to, or do you not care?
I am excited to see it because everyone tells me it's good. I don't think I'm gonna like it, but I'm gonna see it because I don't desire to pay $1 bajillion to see it on stage. And then if I like it, then I'm sure we will make it a priority to see it on the stage. I'm just excited that it'll be a way for us to actually finally see it and catch up with the trends.
All right. Boatman, now share your love.
I love Hamilton very much. I've never actually seen the show. I've only listened to the soundtrack, but I've listened to the soundtrack many, many times. I actually was just listening it on my way to classes this morning, so it's very good. But yeah, I love it. So I'm very excited because I've never gotten to actually see this show, so it'll be very nice to actually see like a professional recorded version of the show, especially see how like some of the bigger numbers really get pulled off, especially in a more professional setting. Like my favorite number in the show is Nonstop, so I'll be very excited for that because it's probably going to be very fun.
All right, let's move on to the next. Well, okay, you know what? We could. Kaleb, do you have anything you want to say, Kaleb?
Please. This is my favorite musical of all time. So, like, I'm super excited to, like, see it with the original cast. I saw it live in Minneapolis a year or two ago, and it was great. It's one of my favorite things ever. So I'm excited to see it with the original cast. And I will, if it gets an Irishman level run, I'm fighting for its inclusion again. Anyway, bye.
Keep it down. Okay, all right. We are not including it in Fandom. It's not a wide release. It's not a real movie. But that being said, let's move on to the next topic, which is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. James Gunn has come out and started talking about the movie, and he has said something, some interesting stuff. Particularly that he plans to wrap up stories started in Volume 1, and that we're going to kind of get this as a conclusion to not only his trilogy but some of these characters. This caused a little bit of backlash with some people who were complaining that they don't want him to kill off characters. He went on to say that, sometimes killing off characters is needed and it's important. And sometimes you need some characters to die because these are, for all intents and purposes, we relate to these characters because they are relatable, and death is a real thing that is relatable.
Yes.
So that's what he said, and I don't disagree with him. He's right.
Too much.
I don't like. There's no point in making these people invincible for the sake of, because the fans are crying that they want them to maybe show up in another movie eventually. So Maggie, I will go to you first as a resident Guardians fan. This news on Guardians wrapping up, how do you feel?
I don't care. He hasn't made the movie yet. So I don't think that it matters what he's saying right now. Like, I'm not surprised that he's trying to wrap things up. It's going to be the third movie over whatever. Like, that's generally what they've been sort of trying to do, is like for independent movies, sort of try to wrap it up a little bit, or at least like close some doors. So I'm not surprised. I don't care if he kills people off. Like, Gamora died, so I'm not surprised. Like, I really don't care what he has. She did die. Cody, what? Leave me alone. She died, but she's back now. But it's not the same one. I really don't care, because has he finished a script? I don't think so. I don't think that it's anywhere near a final version. I don't care what he's thinking right now. Like, finish making Suicide Squad and come back to me when you have real things to say, not just like what's floating in your head. Sorry, that was harsh, but like I
wow.
really
Bars.
like.
All right, Boatman, on to you next. Do you care about the Guardians of the Galaxy? You said you like it when the MCU does weird shit. How do you feel about this?
Guardians of the Galaxy, I really love both movies. The first one a little bit more, but I like the second one more than most. I think the second one is a good time. It just doesn't quite live up to the expectations of the first one. So I think James Gunn is a very good creative mind, so I'm glad that he's back in the saddle doing that. I think it's really just a case of, I think if it's natural to the story, I think characters should die. If it's natural to the story and it makes sense and it fits, like, yeah, I'm not against that happening. What I'm more concerned about is that a character will be killed off and then, oh no, they're back again in their own Disney Plus show. Please pay the money.
So true.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not wrong. Cody, you don't like one of these movies very much. Do you even want to see a third one? Do you want to see James Gunn return to this?
Guardians 1 is my favorite. Is my favorite MCU movie. Guardians 2 is one of my least favorite Guardians MCU movies. If they're gonna kill somebody, kill Drax. Please take Drax off screen for me. He is a stand-up comedian that's not funny anymore to me. I do want to see James Gunn because I honestly, after seeing what like Star Wars and stuff, I would rather just see somebody's vision completed than somebody else stepping in and doing something different with the characters, and then they're not completed. They're not a completed trilogy. Just because I didn't like it, I understand what they set up. I just feel like everything was rushed because they had to rush everything to make it seem to fit into everything. I believe Ego should have been like a character throughout many movies and many different phases. I think he should have been a big baddie. He could have been a big baddie. He could, what the powers he has, that's what could have been happened. But overall, I think I don't want to see the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want to see the wrap up because I honestly love these characters so much. I think Marvel this time around has to have major stakes throughout it to keep people invested. So people will have to go. Just to make it makes sense overall. You can't just keep this group that keeps surviving everything. Who wants to watch that over how many times? They surround the big baddie. People need to start dying off and to make way for new people. I think Drax, I think what's her name? I don't even know. The girl that can read. People can read. No. Yeah, Mantis. Those characters I think can just go at times because they were used as punchlines in the last one. If they have like serious moments, then maybe. But like we've already had Guardians like deaths happen. Like Guardians starts with one of the saddest scenes in any Marvel movie, and then Yondu goes in the second one. So there's a lot of already emotional stuff elements through the Guardians. So to lose somebody would just make sense.
All right. Question for the panel. Do we see Thor in this movie? Or because Thor Love and Thunder is first, the next Taika movie.
Oh, really?
Do we see Thor in this movie?
Do
we see Guardians in the Thor movie and then they kind of like split up in Thor and then that's whatever? What are we thinking?
Timelines don't matter to the MCU. So I guarantee it could be back. Like they'll do like a back before this happened or whatever. I could see that happening.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's in like 1 or 2 scenes, but since his movie is first, he's gonna go do his own thing. Like I imagine that they're gonna be probably in his movie more than he'll be in their movie. In terms of how like the timeline, I imagine it would shake out after Endgame.
All right. Boatman, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I kind of just trust the MCU to just do whatever they want with those characters. Like, these are not the movies that I am worried about. The movies that I am worried about are when you get filmmakers who are less established, because I think that's when the MCU can kind of just take over a little bit and not let the creative voices kind of go freely. Like, I trust Taika and James Gunn to basically do the most with whatever limitations the MCU hands them. I think you hand those limitations to somebody like Ryan Fleck and Anna Boden, you just get an okay movie with Captain Marvel. You know?
I 100% agree. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, which is one that is exciting for me. I'm very much looking forward to this. Christopher McQuarrie, God's gift to the Mission Impossible franchise and any franchise that he touches, is coming back. He was the first director to be asked to return to Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise had said or TC, as Caleb likes to call him, has said,
Tom.
Just our friend Tom, yeah. He had said for a long time that he liked different directors on each movie. It gave each movie a different flavor. Then Rogue Nation was pretty good. Rogue Nation's a pretty good one. And then they had McQuarrie come back for Fallout, which was pretty good. I don't know if you've seen that Mission Impossible Fallout movie, but it's pretty good. So now we get 7 and 8. Paramount lights that up because they're worried about the rhythm section. They green light Mission Impossible 7 and 8, filming them back to back, and we're getting a familiar face coming back to the movie. Kittredge, the original IMF boss from Mission Impossible 1, is back. Will he help Tom Cruise dive from space? TC Legend, as Caleb has called him on this graphic. We don't know, but I'm excited. This is dope. They're making their own little universe here without even trying. It's fucking great. Bring back everyone. They brought back Michelle Monaghan in the last one in a great little surprise. They're bringing back. Oh, shut up! They're bringing back. This is great. I'm very excited about this. Not a lot of people talk about those first 3 Mission Impossible movies, but the first one, being directed by De Palma, it kind of has it's a very De Palma movie. Then the second one is just shit. The third one I think is really, really good. So I think there's a lot of good stuff in the first and the third one. I think to bring some of that stuff back is great. This really excites me. Boatman, I'm going to go to you first. Your thoughts on Mission Impossible 7 and 8 bringing back.
I legitimately love this franchise. I think this might be one of, if not the best action franchise of all time. I think this is amazing, and I think Fallout might be my favorite of the series. And what Fallout did really well was bring back references to the older movies, because that was kind of the thing before Fallout. The movies didn't really connect outside of a few characters. There's no real acknowledgement outside of a few things. Acknowledgement, you didn't need to watch them in order. Really, you could watch one and be perfectly fine. Fallout kind of changed that, and I really like that. Bringing back not the character, but the daughter of Vanessa Redgrave's character from the first movie showing up. That just made everything feel more fleshed out, and I think bringing Kittredge back is a great way to do that. So I'm super excited because I legitimately love these movies, and I think these last 2 have been some of the best of the franchise.
I 100% agree. I think the 5 and 6 are 2 of my favorite action movies of all time. They're just on another level. Sure, he might go to space, whatever. I'll save that for Fast and the Furious. Universal can deal with that. But I'm so excited. I think you're right. The fact that they're bringing stuff back. Apparently, and the actor who plays help me, Boatman. You got it. Come on, Warzone.
The actor plays who?
Who plays Kittredge?
Oh,
Kittredge.
Dang. I
can't remember his name. He was just in Ready or Not.
Henry Czerny.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. He was just in Ready or Not, and he was great in that. He's been on TV. He's a great actor. So I'm very much looking forward to it. Maggie, I know that you, like me, love this franchise. We shared a day of Mission Impossible. The first time Maggie saw these movies, we watched the first 4 in one day. It was a magical experience. We had only been dating for about a year, and I think it was the first time I said I love you.
That's not true.
It's not true, but it was a beautiful day nonetheless. Maggie, you like this franchise. Yes. Tell me what you're thinking about this.
Yeah, so I agree with everything that has been said regarding like really tying them together and like creating their own universe without trying. In terms of bringing this character back, that day when I watched the first four was the last time that I've watched the first Mission Impossible movie, so I don't remember anything about this character. So really, my takeaway is I'm gonna have to watch the first one again, which is fine. It's probably for the best. But I mean,
I own it on 4K Ultra HD.
yes, thank you, Tim. And so, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Stop. No, Tim. No. I'm excited for whatever Mission Impossible is gonna do, and
You can't just let me grab my Mission
No.
Impossible Blu-ray and
No.
show it to the world. God damn it. Cody, you like this franchise, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if we've ever talked about these movies. Tell me, what are your thoughts on this?
I think they're trash, honestly. No, I'm just totally joking.
Tim was like, "Oh shit, our friendship just ended."
Just died. No. Like he's saying, Revelation. One of my favorites, I think, is 3. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
So good.
That opening scene alone still gives me like chills when he's like, "I'm not messing around," like just screams at her. And it all encapsulates like when like Henry Cavill in Fallout like puts his arms down and says, "Let's go," and they like battle in that entire bathroom and destroy everything. I mean, it's weird. Like, what is it? 2? I think 2's the worst one. Yeah, 2.
2's awesome.
2 is the worst one.
Yeah, 2's the worst one. But it's like everybody says Bond, but like I absolutely would watch Mission Impossible over any Bond movie almost. I think they're great. And I think Tom Cruise is just our Lord, one of our Lord and Saviors. I just think the man does action better than most. And with the director coming back, I'm so pumped. Like, just whatever they want to do, I don't care. Like how Fast and the Furious keeps raising the limits and doing stupid things like beyond. Mission Impossible does it, and no one bats an eye and says, "Well, why are they doing that?"
It's because they're actually doing it. In the new Fast and the Furious, they hook a hook on the end of the car and it flies or whatever. You can't. That's not how physics works. But him jumping out of a plane and skydiving, they did that. They filmed it. It happened.
Put him on a rocket ship. I want to see it. Make it happen. Let's go.
It basically happened already.
I'm literally ready for all of them. I can't wait. 7 and 8. I'm just glad that I don't have to question. Is there something happening after 7? No, it's going to be both of them, and I'm excited.
There's going to be a huge cliffhanger on 7. Like we gotta know that they're going to be like a double story. Like this is going to be our Endgame situation.
They're back-to-back years too. I believe it's 2021 and 2022. We're getting them back-to-back summers. It's going to be
Endgame of the action world.
Can somebody tell the man to start chugging milk now and like making sure his bones are okay? Because that last time he shattered his ankle was true.
That video is terrifying.
Things. Oh, it was in the original trailer too. You just see
it's in the movie.
It's in the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did keep it in the movie. You're right. I looked away. I think.
That's fine. I think I did too. At least the first time.
The first time we saw it, I remember like the scene was happening and he jumps like multiple times. Right. And like the first time he jumped, Maggie's like, "Oh no," and like grabs my arm and then, "Oh, okay, he's okay. And then the second time, "Oh my God, it's gonna happen this time," and then nothing. And then if you haven't seen the video, it's pretty impressive. There's another thing about those movies. Those movies, Fallout was 2 hours and 30 minutes long. That's a beefy movie. But you don't feel it while you're watching it. They just do such a good job.
Bring it to fandom. Bring it into
we
fandom,
tried.
People.
We tried. Nobody wanted it.
No, you guys said it was only countries and characters, which is something that was too much like the Fast and the Furious. I believe I heard those words come out of your mouth.
That is true.
I think that is correct, and that's
Mission Impossible 7.
There's more about gadgets. There's gadgets in that movie. It's just as like legit as Bond. I think honestly, Mission Impossible should be in. And I'm sorry, Robert.
Let's kick out Bond.
Well, no, Bond still should be in there, but let's kick out Planet of the Apes or Why Dystopia. Why not do one of those? Like, why were they in there in the first place? Kick out Rocky. Actually, let's kick out Rocky.
Let's take out Rocky. We can agree on that.
Yeah,
All right. This has been a formal decision by Multiplex Loves Movies.
Yeah.
Fandom categories are changing.
No. We just started the season, and it technically hasn't even started yet.
Get ready, we're changing it up.
So Mission Impossible 7 is coming July of 2021, and 8 is coming August of 2022. You know what that means. Birthday movie 2022, Mission Impossible 8. We're all getting together somewhere in Wisconsin and watching Mission Impossible in IMAX when Tom Cruise actually comes out of the screen and shakes everyone's hand. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is a hurtful one. This is painful to talk about. I'm very sad, but this is how we lose. And that is Adam Sandler has signed a deal with Netflix. He's going to do 4 more Netflix movies. He threatened, he told us what would happen if he didn't get nominated for an Oscar, and the Academy did not listen. He is burdening us with 4 more Netflix films. Now, here's the deal. I have not seen a single one of his Netflix movies, but I'm tired of being told how terrible they are and that they exist. And Murder Mystery, didn't see it. Ridiculous 6, didn't see it. There was the one with the wedding with Chris Rock. I didn't see that. I don't fucking know. Uncut Gems was good. Why are you doing this? Make another Safdie Brothers movie. Cody, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm sad. I'm hurt. I'm sad. I wish the news was he signed a 4-year picture deal with the Safdie brothers. He's going to be in different movies with them. I mean, this really doesn't affect me that much because my life before Uncut Gems was to avoid Adam Sandler films. Now after Uncut Gems, I just avoid Adam Sandler films. So it doesn't change my life too much. I'll just watch Uncut Gems. But I 100% agree. I saw 2 popes. Say what you want. I think Adam Sandler deserved that 5th spot. I will stand by that. I think Sandler did an amazing job. He should have been nominated. They always do like those stories like Sylvester Stallone being for Creed and like, could he win? Possibly not. It wouldn't have hurt them. Put him in the picture. Like I wanted to see him just up there. He wouldn't have won, but it would have been cool to be nominated. All 4 other people are not going to win. So what does it matter? I just don't think they wanted Academy Award nominee Adam Sandler. I don't think they wanted that on the next project.
Isn't he already a nominee?
No,
he's not. I thought he might have been nominated for Punch Drunk Love or Spanglish.
Maybe he was close for The Water Boy, but they went with somebody else.
Yes, that makes sense. His mama was nominated this year, but anyway, Boatman, your thoughts on Adam Sandler?
So I will first off say that honestly, if I'm in Sandler's situation, I think I do the same thing. I give the best leading performance of the year, and you don't give me the nomination. I am going to make a movie where Kevin James is a fart that makes a wish to become a real person, because we all know that's going to be one of the movies, because of course they're all about butts and farts and poo, and that's just the jokes of the movies, because this is America in 2020 and that's all everyone wants to watch.
Okay. All right. Adam Sandler was nominated for a Golden Globe for Punch Drunk Love. I forgot that he wasn't even nominated for a Globe this year. You're all a bunch of fools. He's perfect in that movie. Maggie,
Yes.
I know you're not the biggest Uncut Gems fan, but
Yes.
tell me your thoughts on this situation.
Like you, I have not seen any of his Netflix movies. So I really don't care. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's always made money doing it. And like as the article that you sent us said, like Ridiculous 6 and what was the other one? Murder something?
Murder Mystery,
whatever. They both like broke viewership records. So like of course they're gonna want to keep making these movies. until they're no longer doing well. Like that's what he did with theater, and now like with movies in the theater, and now he's gonna do it with streaming. Like he wants money. Like I don't blame him at all. If he enjoys doing it, then he might as well do it. Is what it is.
What does that tell you about the people that like have Netflix subscriptions? Like, if that is the number one, like, broke viewing record, like those people are live sad lives.
That's absolutely true. So here are the last few things Adam Sandler's done: Uncut Gems, 2019; Murder Mystery, Netflix film, 2019; wide release in the theater, Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation;
A bomb.
The week of, Netflix movie, the one I was thinking of. He did the Meyerowitz stories, Noah Baumbach, Netflix.
Legit good movie. Legit
good film. Then you have Netflix film Sandy Wexler. You have Netflix film The Do-Over. Netflix film The Ridiculous Six, which means that the last time Adam Sandler was in a wide-released film, live action, before Uncut Gems, it was Pixels.
Yikes.
2015, which means he's been doing Hotel Transylvania and Netflix for the last 5 years. Before that, it was The Cobbler, Blended, Grown Ups, That's My Boy, Jack and Jill. Dude.
I thought Blended was released in theaters.
It was. I'm saying those are before all the Netflix stuff. That was the run. He showed up as himself in top 5, but I mean, okay, that movie's good, but like, no, the movie's good, but he's in it like maybe one scene. So, yikes on Adam Sandler. You're capable of much more, my friend. Hopefully, one of these Netflix films is another drama or something. I think we're assuming they're going to be stupid comedies, which they probably are, but who knows? Maybe he will do something interesting with one of these movies. Only time will tell. Maybe in 2029, when I am dying of my high cholesterol, I won't have to look at the ads for these movies anymore. My wife is...
That's way too early.
It's 9 years from now. I'll have lived a full life. Anyway.
Yikes.
Okay, I'm sorry, God. All right, so we've reached the end of the show. At the end of every show, we talk about the movies coming out next week in theaters. Mr. Koho has also made a very nice graphic for us, talking about a couple other things. But the wide releases this weekend, Birds of Prey and The Lodge. Birds of Prey is the big one to talk about, which we'll get to in a second. The Lodge is a horror movie that's apparently pretty dang good. Everything else, limited. Don't know what it is. But on DVD and digital, aka digital, Jojo Rabbit and Knives Out are out this week. On Blu-ray, Dr. Sleep came out. If you haven't seen any of those movies, all 3 of them are excellent, so check them out. They're now all available for you. But Birds of Prey, that's the big one. It's coming out this weekend. Boatman, I'm going to start with you. I feel like you're the type of person who probably hates every movie in DC except for Shazam. So please, are you excited or not?
Okay, that's not entirely accurate. Honestly, I'm more just middling on like most of them. Like most of them, it's just like meh. Like I don't hate really any of them. I just don't love most of them except for Shazam, really. And Wonder Woman's good. And honestly, I like Aquaman for what it is. But you know,
so Birds of Prey, are you excited?
Birds of Prey actually looks pretty good. From everything I've heard, it feels like they're just doing something different, which is what Worlds of DC needs to be doing. They need to just say, hey, talented filmmaker, come here, make this movie. We will let you do whatever you want because we are Worlds of DC and nobody cares about us right now. So we have the ability to do whatever we want and get away with it, really. So I honestly think that Birds of Prey could be a really good movie, and I'm kind of excited for it.
Cody, what about you? Do you care at all?
No, honestly, I don't. I'm going to see it, but I have been fooled numerous times by Worlds of DC, and I refuse to be fooled anymore. basically, I think Margot Robbie was great in Suicide Squad, but Suicide Squad was a train wreck. Man of Steel, I said it before, Zod got off easy. The rest of us had to sit there for the rest of the movie. Man of Steel, way too long. I fell asleep in the theater. Wonder Woman was great for what it was. That third act was atrocious. So, like, Shazam was okay, but the villain was terrible. Like, they've never done anything that I'm like, what? So, besides Joker, but Joker was not even close to what these movies are. So, I'm just hoping it's good and just not stupidity on top of stupidity. Like, I want it to be an actual good story. And I don't know if I'm going to get that or not.
Maggie.
Yes.
A, are you excited for the movie? And B, I'll pose a question. We've gotten some social media reactions that say the movie is pretty good, but they've barred any full reviews on Rotten Tomatoes or anything until the night the movie comes out.
I thought the Rotten Tomatoes score comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the day before the movie comes out.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry. My bad.
No, I'm saying I thought it was a day later, but even still, they've held reviews until the day before the movie. Do you think that's a sign of how the movie is, or do you think they're trying to keep spoilers out of the zeitgeist?
I think they're tired of being burned by Rotten Tomatoes, and they're not going to let the Rotten Tomatoes score dictate if people choose to see this movie or not. And I think that's probably more of what it has to do with anything. And that's not uncommon. Like, many movies wait until the day before to release stuff. So I'm not that concerned about that. I am excited for it. I have very low expectations because I find Harley Quinn to be obnoxious. So we'll see if I like the movie just on that basis. Like, it's nothing against Margot Robbie. I just don't really like the character very much. But I'm very excited to see Ewan doing his thing. So that'll be great. But yeah, I think it's gonna do well. And then if the Rotten Tomatoes score comes out positive, it's going to do really well, especially I know that Joker's not related, but I think that people are feeling good about DC right now, and that I think the lay people tend to forget that, like, Joker is not the DCEU, and that, like, the Batman is not the DCEU, so they're just going to, like, smash them all together, and they have happy feelings about DC right now, so they're going to go see this movie.
All right. Well, guys, that's the show. We did it. Don't leave yet. We have a couple announcements to make, aka one big announcement. We have already talked about it before, but we're just here to say it again. Next week, actually coming up this week, Sunday, we've got 2 new episodes of Multiplex Loves Movies right before the Oscars, probably around 5 EST. We'll be dropping a predictions episode, a final predictions episode, starring a panel of myself, Cody, Kaleb Boatman, and Kaleb Koho. So that'll be before your Oscars on Sunday night. After the show, after the Oscars, we will do a live reaction, probably about 20 to 30 minutes after the Oscars end. So be on the lookout for that, where we recap everything that happened and we find out who has to buy whose dinner, which will definitely be a thing that is happening because we took bets. So that'll be very, very exciting. Maggie, where can the people on the internet find you?
I'm here every Tuesday for most Tuesdays, and I'm on Twitter at May24, MAE24, and I'm on Letterboxd. Nope, I have those mixed up. That's Letterboxd. Twitter is May24 Maggie, but they have each other on them. So if you find me at one, you can find me at the other one.
All right, Boatman, where can people find you and what's going on with Warzone?
What's going on with Warzone? We are starting on the 6th with Adelaide Spence versus Abby Friel. That should be a very good match. And then on the 7th, we have a double bar Friday with Andrew Barr going up against Damian Walker, and then his team Cult Classics going up against Light It Up. So that should be very interesting to watch. We got a ton of content coming at you at Warzone, so that should be very interesting. Follow me on Letterboxd at Kaleb Boatman. Other than that, I think that is everything.
All right, Cody, what's going on your list sucks tomorrow?
We're doing favorite Best Picture winners. So whatever won Best Picture, we have a panel. We have Adelaide Spence. We have Kaleb Koho. I haven't announced it with everybody, but everybody's watching. You can find out. Koho's my 4th. Barr, And crap, who's my other one? I have no idea. I can always remember the three. I can never remember the fourth one. But it'll be a good time. Jake Marangoni. There it was. So I have some opinions. There's one of, I think, arguably the worst list I've ever seen over the topic is on tomorrow. And I am terrified for my, I hope they come back. I just hope they come back. I don't know if they will, but maybe they won't. But it will be a bloodbath tomorrow.
All right, and Fandom is back this weekend with with a bunch of matches. We got 4 matches dropping actually. Got some singles and some teams sprinkled in there, as well as a Fandom gauntlet to find out who's gonna play for the title. So that's gonna be very, very exciting. And also Nerdgasm. Nerdgasm is back in 2 weeks, so be on the lookout for that. That's a really great match, starting off with Jim Green versus Jacoby Bancroft. So please be on the lookout for that. Subscribe here, iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, all that stuff. Kaleb, take us out with that sweet, sweet video again, because I like looking at it.
Not quite my tempo.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah.